everyone. Welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. Dottie, how are you doing today?
Hi, Orly. I'm good. Happy 2025. Here we are in January. I can't believe it. It's January already. It's blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's January already. But you know what I'm starting to notice? Love in the air. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up. And you know us, nothing's ever too, this isn't early at all. You know, sometimes people will say, you know, I had a coworker the other day say, is it too early to do something for Valentine's? And I said, no, if it was up to Dottie, we'd be talking Valentine's maybe November. You know, we like to give plenty of time to plan out stuff and schedule what you want to do.
Right. But you know what? It is January, and typically you and I would be planning much earlier than now for what we wanted to do for Valentine's. But it's not too late, folks. We're here to tell you it's not too late. There's so many things. You know, an entertainment center offers the absolute perfect venue to celebrate Valentine's Day, especially if it's just kind of, you're just starting to tiptoe into that relationship and, you know, you don't want to go too extravagant or whatever. There's so much opportunity to really celebrate and create a nice evening for a date at a bowling center or an entertainment center. So that's what we want to talk about today. And I think that this is just such a fun subject to talk about.
Yeah. And like you said, it's, you know, it's a good place, I think, to take someone, especially if it's even a first date. You know, it's not dark like a movie theater, or if you might be like, I don't really quite know this guy or girl. You know, it's a fun and relaxed environment. There's plenty of people around. You know, it's fun. It's kind of it's just one of those things, like, you don't have to necessarily be good at bowling. It's just kind of a fun thing to do, and you could kind of cheer each other on and just have a blast doing it.
Most definitely, if your date for Valentine is someone, you know, new, like even maybe a first date, right? You ask this person out for the first time. It really is a great environment for that, because you, like you said, it's very relaxed, and it's not you're not getting thrown into, like you said, a dark, intimate environment. It's not awkward, right? It's fun. It's fun. You're laughing. There's music. There's a good vibe going on. You can have, you know, there's food options available. And that's another thing that I really want to talk about today is for centers to make sure you're capitalizing on the opportunities that you have, because this is a really nice time to offer something special and unique to draw people in to have that experience. So maybe if you come and reserve lanes to share Valentine's there at the center, maybe you have carnations or roses that you have for the women, or maybe you offer bottles of wine that night, or, you know, take and have opportunity for upsell items as well.
You know, it's something that you could do that's easy. We went out for Mother's Day, and the restaurant had, you know, they gave every mom a strawberry. It was like sliced in half. So it wasn't even like a full strawberry with a little bit of chocolate drizzled on it. And it was just a nice gesture to say, oh, this is for free for all mothers. But, you know, you could give that away to give to the person that's taking someone out on a date. That's kind of simple. I think there's just a lot of things you're able to do on Valentine's. I think you just set it up to let that person that's probably already nervous taking somebody out, to make it easy on them and let them have a good time.
Absolutely. You know, the other thing is, even within scoring systems, for example, BestX, you can set up a welcome screen. So if you want to offer those coming in to celebrate Valentine's Day at your center, if you want to give them the ability to offer a very unique, very special message to their special someone, that's another opportunity, you know, to walk in and see, you know, a special greeting to the person that you're going to be bowling on that lane with. That's kind of like, wow, that's really cool that they took the time to do something like that for me.
I think a backdrop is a fun thing. You know, I look back to one of the first times that me and my wife ever hung out. And we have a photo strip of us at a little entertainment place, they have like mini golf and stuff. And it's cool to still have that photo of us, you know what I mean? So that's something you never know. It might be a first date, but it might turn into marriage and kids later down the road. And then you still have that picture of, hey, remember we went to the bowling center and we bowled together,
Yeah. And, the one thing I really want to bring up is so many times things like this come up and we don't really take the opportunity to fully capitalize on it. So to be able to go in and plan in advance of what you want your offering to be for Valentine's Day, what special things are you going to bring in? Are you going to bring in a special, like you said, strawberries, or are you going to bring in flowers, or you're going to offer a special scoring background that night? What are you going to do to make this a unique event? And plan ahead of time and then market it. What we find is that so many times it's just not top of mind sometimes to celebrate in entertainment venues certain things. But it's a perfect opportunity. It's a perfect venue. As we said, it's got so many advantages. And I have to share with you, Orly, I even heard somebody say, yeah, it's a great place. I like to take my first dates there because you can really kind of check them out, when they're at the bowl, and then they don't have to really know that you're kind of giving them the once over, and I thought, well, golly, that's kind of a strange way of looking at it, but whatever makes it where you really want to go and hang out and take your first dates there, that's cool. But I thought, oh my goodness, that's kind of a unique and odd way to look at it, but whatever floats your boat, folks.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect, like I said, there's fun, there's food, it's kind of a one-stop shop. You have your drinks, you have your food, you have your fun. If there's an arcade there, you could play some games. You could just kind of hang out, relax, and just have fun.
And it kind of helps you to kind of test your compatibility too. So, but even if you are have been, your date is your spouse, for example, there's so many people that enjoy those fond memories of being in a bowling center, and maybe their first date was at a bowling center and they carry that throughout their relationship. So, don't forget about those people either, that's their hangout. That's their spot. That's where they first met or whatever. And there's very fond memories associated with that. And the other thing is date nights. We're talking about Valentine's Day, but it's really nice to be able to offer thought out date nights, that you have certain things planned. And when somebody's looking to come out and do a date night, you've got something already put in place that's organized and well thought out, and planned to make it an over the top experience. And people are willing to pay for those kinds of things. So don't be afraid to charge for it.
Yeah. And another great opportunity, I brought up photos earlier and I wanted to bring this up again, is you can simply make almost like a little small business card. It could be on a regular paper where you print out and it says, or even have a little sign at the desk that says, find your pictures at, and then have your social media addresses there. So that way, if they don't have you on social media, they'll add you. And then what you do is you walk around to each lane. You say, hey, can we snap a photo for you? We're going to post Valentine's pictures up on our social media. And if they say, yeah, and then they're going to go check that out. That's getting them to add you to their social media. And it's just kind of get that building up too. So there's a lot of opportunities there for yourself and for the customers to
Absolutely. But we've got to plant that seed because it's not always top of mind that people think to go spend Valentine's Day at the bowling center. So folks, it is not too late. Get busy, get your Valentine's promotion in place, start promoting on social media, and start hyping it right now because folks, love is, as Orly said at the beginning of the podcast, love is definitely in the air and you need to get on the ball and capitalize on that there at your center. So folks, it's been great. We're back in the saddle. We're ready to go and we are full of seeds that we want to share with you this season. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in this week and thanks for letting us plant these seeds of success with you today. Keep tending to your garden of goals, and we'll be back with more wisdom to help you grow.